I'm going to venture a quick guess and say, you aren't subscribed, are you? Hey, subscribe, will you? Hey guys, welcome back to another video in our WordPress plugin building series, and this is really becoming like a YouTube plugin building series. I'm actually going to do a lot of these plugin building series on building lots of different plugins, but this one's kind of focused on YouTube, and it's a good one because it gives you a good idea of how to use the API and all that good stuff. So, hey, so last time we cut out, actually renewed these videos, we had built this, and we had also built a watch page where when you click the video, it sends it to a watch page, brings it in here, shows the video, and I don't know, it should have been showing the title. I don't know if I did that in the last one. I'm trying to remember if I got the post or the title. Yeah, I did get the title. I wonder why it's not showing. That's interesting. Oh, I know why it's not showing. Anyway, it's actually because I deleted all the videos. I need to re-import them again. Okay. Alright, so we have all these, and a couple of quick issues I want to start with, and then I want to do something fun, which is kind of getting to building some, like building on our watch page, and then also adding a subscribe button. So we're going to make this pretty quick. Alright, so let's just click this again to make sure that it's working properly. It should have a title, and it does. Alright, so we're going to clean up this page just a tiny bit. You'll see we're going to do some kind of fun stuff with it. You'll also learn something pretty cool from this as well. But first of all, let's head back here, and what you're going to notice is that if I went to MotorTrend right now, their videos are actually in reverse order. The way it's being imported, YouTube's actually showing it in descending order. We want it in ascending order because of the way it adds them to the database. I didn't actually fix this in the last one, and I kind of wanted to show you that in this one. So when it's getting the posts here to output, this is in our vid display in our public. For anybody who's just jumping in right here, this is in your public, and then it was in our public file, and then down here in our shortcode function, and which, by the way, guys, I'm going to be updating the GitHub as well. I want to make sure that you guys have the most recent one after this video. Sorry that it hasn't been updated for a few. That's my fault. But anyway, so one way to easily fix that is right here in the options parameters for the get post WordPress call. All you have to do is open up another one and do order, and then just do ASC for ascending. Now when we head back over here and we refresh this page, they're going to fix themselves. Alright, now we have the videos in proper order as MotorTrend has them. Okay, so that solves that first issue inside of our site that I wanted to fix. But now let's get over here and let's do some fun stuff in here. So this still seems a little big to me in H3. I kind of... is it H3? I think it is being displayed as an H3. Yes, it is. See, this is our display box function as last one you guys watched, where we were passing the post ID and the video and all that so we could go to YouTube and embed it. And this is still just a little big for me. I'm really not happy with it as an H3. I think maybe an H4 would be better. And I'm just playing with the built-in H's. You know, I could easily do this with a paragraph. That's a lot better. That's much better. It's much cleaner looking. Okay, so what we're actually going to do here is we're going to add a suggested videos section and a, well, not suggested, but more like our other videos, and then also a subscribe button. And I'm just going to show you how to do that real quick using the data we already have. So if you want to do that, here's a really easy way to do it inside of our function. Once we have videos to display, right down here in the else, we can, so this is where it's outputting the title in the video. What we can do right underneath the frame here is we can create a horizontal rule, which I'll show you just like this. That's just an HR tag. And remember, because we're not inside PHP, because we closed it up here in the if, or in the if right here in the else, we're able to put HTML raw in here and then reopen the PHP. So it's a slick way to be able to output HTML between if statements. So we're going to create a horizontal rule that's going to create a line. Now, what I want to do is I want to show the user our suggested videos or other videos. Well, how do we do this? We can do it really easily by scrolling back up to our other output that displays the grid. Remember how those are put into that 6 grid over here? I want to do a 3 grid wide pattern underneath here with suggested videos. So the easy way to do that is to do exactly the same thing here, is to grab these 2 lines right here where it's getting all the posts and starting a grid container, and put it right here inside our PHP tag. And that's going to allow us to... There's really no reason to write this by hand, guys, because we already did it. So that's going to get another array of the posts, and we could probably still just loop through this array of the posts. Or, I mean, sorry, we could have done it somewhere up in here. This is in a different function, sorry. We could have actually just created it up further and then had it to access, but I'm doing it down here in this else. But anyway, so we're doing the same thing. We're getting ascending, which is what I want. I want it all the same, except the number of posts, I just want to get 3, okay? Because I want to do only 3 suggested videos. And then I'm going to open a grid container. And then we're going to do exactly what's right here. So we're going to do a grid item. We're going to do a for each. We're doing everything exactly the same, okay? We're not changing anything. We're doing a for each. We're going to close out the for each, and then we're going to close out our div. And this is the div that we opened outside of the tags, like the one above. See how this one, the echo for the grid container and one div for the grid, because we don't want to create a grid container every time in the for each. We just want to create the grid items. So let's go take a look. I'm actually going to push this font size down maybe to like 14, and then let's go take a look at what this does. So back over here, if we run a refresh, look, we have some videos beneath, and we have a horizontal rule now, right? Well, let's do something else. Let's actually make these ones not target blank. These will open in the same page now, versus on the other code it'll open a new page. This one will just open in the same page. And then also another issue that we have, oh, I actually wanted to also output in the above the grid container. I could even do it even in the HTML up above under the horizontal rule. I could just make another H4. Actually, I'm just going to use Emmet. I don't know why I keep doing it by hand. Check out some of our other videos. All right, now if we head back and we do a little refresh again, you'll see that's going to be right here. All right, so that's not too bad. We could also color the background differently or push this down, pad it, whatever. Also, these seem to be gray, not black, and that's because of the theme I'm using for default paragraph styling, so it's not a big deal. But as you can see, one thing is, let's go ahead and click, because these are showing our most recent videos. We could also show the video after this and newer than this by getting its order in the post database, but that's not what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to show you what happens when we click this newest video, this shutter speed Genesis G80. Okay, so we added the new suggested videos, but hold on a second. What's this? It's the same one, right? And that doesn't make any sense. We don't want the user to see the same video that they already are watching. We want them to see videos that they haven't seen that are in the lineup. And like I said, this only applies to the most recent 3 videos. If we wanted to do it with anything behind, that's a different set of code. But for the simplicity's sake of people seeing our newest videos, let's figure out how to show them 3 different videos than the one they're watching. And the way we can do that is we can actually grab, we're going to change the system to grab 4 videos. Now, why is that going to happen? Well, the thing is, right now it's only grabbing 3. So if we were to exclude this video from the results, it's only going to show 2 because it only is grabbing 3. You see what I'm saying? So we need to grab 4. So we have 4 videos to work with. We have all 3 of these plus the unseen one. And I'll show you why that matters right now. So this is in our else statement. We have, or inside this for each, when we have the post and we're doing for each post, here's what we need to do. We need to jump inside this for each and we need to do check if this video is the current video. So we need to compare this. Well, how can we compare this? It's very easy. The video that we're currently looping through on is each post, as you know, it has all the information for the current post being looped, including the post ID. Okay, but, and we say, is it equal to what? Well, if you remember correctly, the only way that this is being gathered, this title, is we passed OID. OID is equal to this video's post. So if we take the current OID, which we grabbed up above in the function right here, and we called it the post ID. Remember, we get OID, and we bring that down to our if statement inside of our for each. We say if each post ID, that's the current post being looped, is equal to the post ID, the one that was passed. This is the video the user is watching. So what do we want it to do? Nothing. We want it to just pass it. Then we're going to do an else statement, take off the squiggly, go underneath the last div here, add your new squiggly, and now we have an if-else if statement. So now we're going to say, in here, do nothing, because this post is already showing, or this video, right, not post, because this video is already showing. That's why we grabbed 4. Let me reiterate. So now we have 4 videos to work with. So it says, okay, I'm looking through, oh, the current video being shown, the Genesis G80 post 367, is equal to this 367, so don't show it. But the problem is, if we only had 3 posts, Those are the only 3 that are loaded. This one would disappear. There would only be 2. So instead we get 4, and it gets a post that is now being looped inside of here. It's only going to show 3, okay, because one of them is going to disappear. Now this could be an issue if you clicked a video and it wasn't in your newest 3. Okay, this is just giving you an example of how to do this with the most recent videos in your list. If you had say you'd clicked an older video, the issue with this it would show all 4. And actually I'll show you how to fix that here in a minute. That's actually, I'm building it that way on purpose, to glitch out that way, to show you how to fix it. Okay, so in this case, when we go back, what you're going to see is when we refresh this page, it's going to skip this one, and it's going to be 3 different videos. Okay, so now we have 3 different videos. Let's click the Honda. Honda's here. Honda disappears from the 3. You see how that works? Let's click this one here. Loads the most recent 3, right? Because we're getting rid of the one that's the current OID showing. It matches it up against the post being called in, gets rid of the one that we don't want. It's very simple, okay? This is a very easy way to handle this. But what about the issue I just showed you if we click a different video? Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's click an older video. It's going to show 4, right? Because this OID is older than any of the videos that we're currently watching. So how do we just show the most recent 3? Well, there's a lot of ways to do this, a ton of ways, and we're building this unique to us, the way we're building this plugin, and we're not getting the videos, you know, before and behind this one, which is another way. There's a lot of ways you could build this page. And then also you could let the user select the way they want to display it from the settings with custom fields and all that. But for the sake of simplicity, let's just have it show the 3 most recent videos if it's an older video in the series. How do we do that? Well, we currently have 4 posts. There's a way around this. The way to do it is we would actually create a counter variable, and if the counter variable is above 3, it won't output anything, okay? So here's the way we could do that. We create a counter variable right here, and let's just call it I. Let's just set it to 0, okay? And I keeps track of how many videos have been output. Alright, so each time a video is output, we want I to up in the counter. We want to say I plus plus, and that will add 1 to I. So now when it outputs video number 1, it'll equal 1. After this it'll equal 2. After this it'll equal 3. And here's what we need to say. We need to actually do another nested if statement, and we need to say if I is equal to 3, or equal or greater than. Let's do that. Greater than or equal to 3. Same situation, guys. We do nothing. Output nothing. Else, if it's less than that, I want you to output everything in here. And 1 more squiggly in there. Okay? And I think this is the correct way. This is, if it's not ordered correctly, it's going to tell me it's going to glitch. I just can't remember if you do it this way or if you put the greater sign on this side. I can't quite remember. But let's take a look. Okay, so it worked. So it was the greater sign on the left side. Okay, so you see how that worked? I just created an if statement that manages the post and took the last one out. So it said, look, the counter equaled 3. It said it did the first video. It showed the Genesis 80, the Honda, another Genesis G80, and then it said the post equals, it's equal to or greater than 3. I want you to do nothing. Okay? So now we've created a situation where it'll show our most recent posts, but if we watch a more recent video like this Honda, it won't show this in the most recent posts. It will skip it. Okay? See that? And then, like I said, if we choose to watch an older video in the series, it will just show our most recent 3. Pretty simple, right? Actually, very simple code, very easy to write, and also very very malleable. Like, you can really go in and do a lot of custom posts inside your settings, and users can set this the way they want. But hold on, there's more. How about we wanted to add a subscribe button to our channel above the name of the title? Well, you can do that by going to Google and typing in YouTube subscribe button and going to their developer tool. It'll be one of the very first links you get. all it requires is your channel name or channel ID. In this case, Motor Trend has their name, so I'll be able to find just like that. Layout, I want full. Default, this doesn't actually work for some reason if you go dark or default. It just, I don't understand why. I think it just changes the font, but the back, oh yeah, that's all. It doesn't change the actual background of the div. It just changes the font. That's all it does. So let's just go with the default, and then the subscriber count, I'm going to show it. Okay, and here's the code. So let's take this. Let's head right back here. And I actually want to output this above our post title. So our post title is being output right here in an H4 because we closed in the tags and we closed the PHP right there. So here's what I want to do. I want to display this here. And I might make this red. I'm not quite sure the background of it. You actually can't edit the div at all that the subscribe button is in. It will not work. You have to make another div outside of it and then nest it in it. Look at that. Also, let's go ahead and put a horizontal rule underneath it. And I also think I would like to put, oh, never mind. Well, I was going to say put some padding, but like I said, I have to make a custom div for that. Okay, so I would say that this actually is much better, right? We cleaned it up quite a bit. We added a couple different features. First of all, we made these ascending versus descending by adding that code I showed you right here. By after the number of posts, I added order ascending, and I did that in the main display function, the one that displays the 6 grid on this page, so that it would display them ascending. Then we went ahead and made updated our page. We made our title smaller, added a subscribe button to the top, right? And went ahead and made it a clickable set of buttons that make it so that it displays that video, but it doesn't display the videos directly next to it. I think this video is already probably like 15 plus minutes, so I'm probably just going to end it right here. Don't worry, we have a lot more coming with this YouTube series. I got a lot more coming to you, and we're going to do lots of other kind of cool stuff with it. And then I'm also going to show you how to properly uninstall it and delete all of your custom posts and all your data and all that, and unset all your settings and everything, because that's a very important part of programming plugins as well, is that you want to delete all the settings properly when you get rid of the plugin. And you don't want to leave any traces behind. And we haven't done any of that. So this course is going to be, like I said, a full front to back, how to create this plugin, then how to totally delete it, and also lots of little PHP stuff on the way. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I hope that this kind of helps you feel better about your page. And you can do anything you want. You could make this a 2-grid. You could put the description of the video over here. I'm just kind of laying out something extremely simple, and this is so easy to edit. I mean, you could go through the posts and, like I said, find the one before this and the one after this, or I could make a button on the left and right that says next video, last video, very easily, okay? And be able to go to the next or last video before this one. A lot of stuff. We might even do that, in fact. Anyway, like I say in the beginning of every single video, hey, subscribe, will you? And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next part of this series.